Hi, I'm Sarah Kaufman Bradstreet.
And I'm Ryan Kaufman, and this is episode 2 of Cooking with the Kaufmans.
Cooking with Kaufmans in our home kitchen. Cooking with Kaufmans, having so much fun, yeah! On today's episode, we're going to be making mushroom and asparagus risotto.
One of my favorites.
Yes, whenever I ask Ryan, what do you want for dinner tonight? He goes, how about risotto? To the point where one time I was like, no more risotto. We have to cut it out for a little while. So, Ryan's gonna start which pan are you woo! Woo! Holy moly, that was fun. Are we doing, I'm getting the giggles. No. Are you starting the big pan first where the risotto's gonna go, or are you starting this pan first with the mushrooms and the asparagus?
Okay. So I just got our pan fired up here that we're gonna saute the mushrooms and the asparagus in, and we're going to, can you see me over there?
You can, yeah. Yes.
And this is where we're going to saute our onions and our garlic, and that's where, and we're going to toast up the risotto. So I'm going to get all my burners going.
And while he's doing that, I'm going to open the wine.
So I'm going to add some olive oil to both my pans. And add about a tablespoon of butter to each pan also. And
what? Yes.
You're off today.
We are. Today's on our day. Okay, we'll pretend we're coming back. And I'm just finishing up some fine dicing on some onions. So those can go in once the oil and the butter is heated.
So we have about 6 cups of veggie broth. We use veggie bouillon.
Yes, it's called bouillon. And I get the paste. And mine is, I think the one I get is called better than something. Better than bouillon. Oh yeah, better than bouillon, because the bouillon is usually the cubes, and they're not as fresh tasting, I don't think, as the paste is. One problem you run into is it's salty. So I like to, a lot of times, half the amount that they tell you to use to make it. Reason I like to use the paste is because when we would get the cartons of it, we'd forget we had it in our fridge, and I'd pull it out and it would be bad. So I like to do the paste, and then it's always in our fridge, and it's always good to go. So the onions are ready for you, if you're ready for them.
I'm waiting for the butter to melt over here, but it's almost ready.
Okay, and I'm going to open our wine, which I know we said we always go to Grocery Outlet.
We didn't make it.
We didn't make it. I was going to the store yesterday after my daughter's dance lesson, and I didn't want to go anywhere else. And there was an ice storm coming and yada, yada, yada. So anyway, we went to one-stop shop, did Fred Meyer, and I got this one here, which is the Apothic Dark. And I got this because we've been watching American Horror Story, and I thought it looked very, spooky. So, anyway.
So I'm going to throw our pre-chopped onions into the pan over here, along with about 2 or 3 cloves of garlic. And we're just going to put these in here for a nice simmer. And get them sauteed until the onions are transparent. And we get that nice smell off of the garlic.
About how long do you think that takes in the boil?
I would say it takes we're going to want it on there, in there for about a minute.
Okay.
Minute and a half. And I have it on medium-high heat, so it's going to happen pretty fast. And we're going to put our onions in here.
Mushrooms.
Mushrooms.
People knew what you were talking about.
And our asparagus.
Ooh. I wouldn't put the asparagus. Don't you want the mushrooms to melt down first?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay. I shouldn't interrupt because Ryan is the cook of this meal and I don't ever really help. So
mushrooms don't ever really over saute. So.
Yeah. I just didn't know if they wouldn't have any surface area on the pan. So you do you.
I'm just going to put them in.
All right.
I'm going to do me.
There you go. So when I was pregnant, I think you made this meal a lot for me too. Because I would ask for casseroles almost every night. And I was pregnant with twins, so I was a little bit large, so I couldn't cook my own dinners.
I practiced this. Sarah never does it. Whoa. Yeah, I lost them.
Why would I do it though? Because I'm really bad at sports. Like if you throw things at me, I just duck. I don't try to catch them. So me flipping food in the kitchen doesn't sound like the right fit.
Okay, so the onion's getting a little brown on it, so I am going to turn down the heat.
Oh, I will say that I still stuck with our cheaper wine theme, okay? So it's a red blend, and it says it has opulent notes of coffee and dark chocolate. And then it has dark fruit flavors of blueberry and blackberry.
Sounds good. I have 2 cups of Oreo rice, and you want, I said we had 6 cups of our liquid, so you want to do 2 cups liquid per 1 cup of rice. So I'm going to put these in this pan also to get them a little bit toasted before we start adding our water. Give them a good zhuzh. And then once our water gets to a simmer, we can just turn it down to low or simmer because it doesn't need to be boiling. Why? I guess maybe we should explain why you actually bring the water to a boil.
I was just gonna say, I was like, if people don't know what risotto is, it's a slower cooking. It is a rice, correct? So it's a slower cooking rice, and instead of like with regular rice, you put all the water in, bring it to a boil, dump in the rice, and then turn it off, cover, and it just simmers to where it's cooked. With this one, you actually put in a warm liquid the whole time, and as it absorbs, then you put more in. And that keeps it from getting really sticky and all globbed together. Instead, you have these really nice little individual rice pieces.
Yeah, and because Oreo is like really starchy. So yeah, adding the liquid slowly, I think, helps preserve the integrity of the rice.
And you're going for, if you've ever watched Hell's Kitchen, like the risotto is the thing they always mess up. You're going for it to be still creamy, but the rice is cooked. So it is kind of like, sometimes we don't nail it at home, but I would say about 80% of the time I feel like we get it. I've only had it once at a restaurant, so.
All right, I'm gonna start putting our liquid in here. So first off, you're gonna put this should be about a cup in here. So I'll put 4 or 5 cups in there to start with. Bring it to a simmer. Have it on about medium-high heat, maybe medium to medium-high. And these are getting pretty close to being done, I think. Asparagus could go just a little bit longer.
Did you need salt or pepper or any other seasonings for that, or did you just use salt and pepper?
I just used salt and pepper.
Okay. I just didn't know if there was something else. Do you ever put over lemon juice over those?
We usually just do the lemon juice at the very end,
okay,
along with the zest. Yeah. I need to drink some wine.
I know. I was gonna say it's really good. So I got it. It was on the end cap for $9.99. I might go buy a case.
That is good.
I like it, and I was nervous because I was like, it's a red blend, and I was like, But then again, I get most of my wine from grocery outlets, so I don't know why I was nervous. Like, I'm obviously not a wine snob. Let me know if you want me to take over on anything.
Okay. So risotto is it is kind of a slow process. You want to give those stir every couple of minutes, but you do want to give it a chance to just kind of chill out and do its thing. So I'll usually stir once or twice in between times I add water, and I'll usually add 3 to 4 spoonfuls of water each time.
I think this is we've measured it before, I think it's almost a half cup.
Okay, it looks like the risotto is down. You can see most of the liquid has been absorbed by the rice, so it's time to add some more water. Usually you'll have to do this in about 4 or 5 rounds.
Did you toast up the arborio before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I sauteed the onion and the garlic, and then I threw in the arborio to toast it up, and then added the water.
Okay. And do you toast it up just for like flavor, or does it help the little rice kernels stay separated? Do you know?
No, I think it just kind of adds more flavor. Like toasted rice is better, releases more flavor in the finished product.
Oh, okay. That makes sense because it's kind of like when you toast up nuts, they have more flavor.
Or rice-a-roni.
I was actually going to mention, I was like, it's kind of like cooking rice-a-roni, only a lot tastier.
And then these are done. Yum.
I can't find our zester. Oh, it's hiding. Everything's always hiding on the floor, right? So I'm going to zest up a little bit of lemon because we put that in at the end just to give it a really nice fresh taste. And it's got a lot of salt in it already from like the bouillon and or the veggie broth and the Parmesan cheese we'll put in at the end. So it's kind of like the lemon almost adds like an acidic value to it that gives it this different flavor note. So, and some people will add nutmeg also, or sage if you're cooking with mushroom would be okay. I wouldn't do, why don't you do sage and butternut squash?
Yeah, I think that'd do well.
We used to eat this dish all the time when we would cook steak. So we'd grill up steaks and we'd make risotto as our side dish. And now that we don't eat, the only meat we eat is fish, we do it as just our meal. And I mean, we should have probably just been doing it as our meal all the time because it's pretty filling. And we eat a lot of it. And we probably ate a lot of it when we eat our steak.
And the thing is it's a really simple recipe to make. It's not fast, but it's very simple. So you could probably teach your kids how to make it.
You probably could, because they're spooning a warm liquid into it. They could do that part totally if you could get the right kind of ladle form. So when I'm zesting this, I'm not super fast at it, obviously, but you just don't want the really white part of the lemon ever to get in there. So I'm just taking that first layer of skin, and that's where all the lemony oil is, that fragrance of the lemon, and not the sourness of the lemon.
Or the bitterness.
Yeah, that's a good word. Yeah, because if you get into the white, the pith, that gets really bitter.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you just want the very top. So basically just kind of one stroke on each section.
That's pretty good, don't you think? How much do you usually go for?
About a tablespoon, so that looks right.
Okay. And I highly recommend getting one of these, a microplaner, to do this. You could use just a cheese grater, it's going to give you bigger pieces, but I use this also for ginger root, garlic. And I think that's probably about all I use it for, but it's really handy. So it's worth, it's probably like $10, so it's worth adding it if you cook a lot of home.
I think we got ours for free for subscribing to Cooks Illustrated.
Oh, that's right.
All right, so all the liquid is pretty well soaked in for this round. So I'm just going to, pour the rest in here. Once you get down to maybe like a cup and a half left of water, you can just kind of dump the rest in.
I think you might want do you want the lemon cut in half? Do you squeeze a little bit of juice over?
Yes,
okay.
Please.
Because I was going to put these over to the side.
And then how much? I usually just eyeball.
I think usually what recipes have said that we've looked at are like a half cup. Yeah.
So I probably do like a 3/4 cup then. I like my cheese.
We're serious about cheese here. Okay. So, and this is like what might make our kids eat it, having this sprinkled on the top.
Yes. Parmesan cheese makes everything tasty.
It does.
Okay, and we're probably just gonna cut.
And hey, how's it going? How's your day today? This is where it'd be like, you do some of those little like things.
Animations.
I keep being like, I should have come up with a lemon joke or an asparagus joke. Oh, I have a mushroom joke.
We'll wait until we come back.
We'll do that when we come back.
I wish I knew what the hell was up with our camera.
I'm telling you, we're doing this swap.
That looks like it's closed.
What? Then we'll put the side view in. I wonder if it's been like that the whole time.
Did I not turn it on? Oh, card full. I probably didn't delete the...
I wonder when... well, maybe got some of our quick tips or something. I heard something at one point be like... But it was when we were doing one of our breaks.
Okay, we gotta get this part down so we can like...
Hey, I said to turn it off between our things.
I know you did. But it's because I was trying to load all the files onto... I'm gonna erase your teaching video.
You should. I don't know why it's on there. You can erase all... Somebody took my camera out of the classroom and recorded some stupid teaching training. Cooking with the Kaufmans. That'll be on the recording. Maybe I should just sing all the different versions. That could be a post later on. Cooking with Kaufmans. Do, 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 do. Cooking with Kaufmans.
Okay, note to self, we need to...
Ooh, I think this might be about ready.
Okay, I'll restart this then.
I'll let you come check it out. Check it out. I feel like I'm tired. Let me check it and see.
Okay, our risotto has been simmering for a few minutes here, and it's getting really close. So I'm going to do a little taste of it.
A little spoon?
Yeah, if you could. And when you add the veggies and you add the cheese, it's going to thicken it up a little bit. So you're going to want to have it a little bit runny before you put that stuff in there. Still needs just a second longer.
Okay, while it's waiting, are you ready for I have a joke about mushrooms.
Yes, I love your jokes.
I know, my jokes are really good. All right, Mushroom walks into a bar and the bartender says, "We don't serve your kind around here." And he says, "Why not? I'm a fun guy."
Ba-dum-bum.
Now I just need one about asparagus. There's gotta be one about lemons too. Oh.
Okay.
We're gonna cut this part out. We gotta do something with potatoes so I can tell the potato joke.
God, you're making me have to do a lot of editing. Okay, and then we're gonna put the asparagus and mushrooms and stir those in.
I think as a little tip, if you're deciding to head more to the vegetarian eating, from being a meat eater my whole life, mushrooms have been the thing that make me feel like, you know, you're getting that texture,
savory,
that chewy texture, and they've got kind of that meaty flavor to them. So that is a little tip for you.
It's a good tip.
And like, if everybody's having steak, then I bring along a portobello mushroom and I grill it up.
So yeah, I've turned the heat pretty much all the way down, added the vegetables in, and now I'm going to add the cheese, a nice handful whack.
Another reason we don't eat this a lot is because it's not the lowest calorie meal on the planet.
No.
But it's delicious, so, you know.
And then a little bit of lemon juice.
Oh, and the lemon zest.
And the lemon.
Oh, I took the knife away. I was cleaning. That's exactly how you should handle it.
And if you don't ever use your knife as a transportation device, it is very handy. Like, I mean, it's the best way to scoop up your ingredients.
They make transportation devices, so you can get the little scraper things or get a pastry scraper.
I know, but it's just another thing to fill up stuff in your...
It is. We have the little scraper thing, and we use it when we're bringing mass amounts of produce to our warm bin.
So I'm just going to make sure this is fully combined. Do we want to like serve it on, put it on plate version?
Sure. Yeah, because
grab a plate and see what.
Do you just want a small plate?
Then grab a big plate, or I don't know, whatever you want. Surprise me.
I think a small for plate. I say small.
Okay. Give it a little zhuzh, and we'll top with a little bit of Parmesan on top. And then I think I'm gonna taste it.
All right.
I don't know if you're gonna partake or not.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. Make sure to get some goodies in there. Oh, hot. You taste the citrus from the lemon. That's one of my favorite parts, is getting that fresh citrus taste from the zest and the lemon.
And I feel like mushrooms and asparagus are the most perfect pairing when it comes to vegetables.
They are.
So
awesome.
That's awesome. That tastes great. We're doing a cheers?
Yeah, cheers. All right, should we say goodbye?
Yeah, that was our episode of mushroom and asparagus risotto. We will be sure to put the blog link below as soon as we have that up.
For the recipe.
And if you liked this recipe and you want to get more like this, then please click the subscribe button below.